Today, we're going to tackle a really fantastic perk for central government employees, the Leave Travel Concession, or LTC. Now, I know it can seem a little complicated with all the rules and regulations, but trust me, we're going to break it all down into simple, easy-to-follow steps. So let's dive right in.
Seriously, this is one of the best travel benefits out there. So let's make sure you know exactly how to use it, starting right now with the absolute basics. You ready?
So, first things first, what exactly is LTC? You know, at its heart, it's a pretty simple concept. Let's break down the core idea behind this whole thing.
Okay, so think of it as a welfare scheme. And the most important word to focus on here is reimburses. This isn't just a blank check for a vacation, right? It's a benefit that covers your travel fare, whether that's by plane, train, or road, to either your hometown or, anywhere else in India, all while you're on sanctioned leave.
Okay, so now that we know what it is, the next question everyone asks is, where can I go and how often? Let's get into your specific entitlements.
You basically have two main options. The first is your hometown LTC, which lets you visit your declared home once every 2 years. The other choice is the All India LTC. This one lets you travel anywhere in the country. Now, you can take this All India trip once in a 4-year block, but it takes the place of one of your hometown trips. It's a really great way to explore a place you've always wanted to see.
And speaking of those blocks, this is how the whole system is organized. Right now, we're in the 2022 to 2025 4-year block, and that's split into 2 smaller 2-year periods. You're entitled to 1 LTC trip within each of those little 2-year subblocks.
Now here's something that's really interesting, especially for new folks. There's a special provision for new recruits. If you're in your first 8 years of service, you get a much more generous package. 3 trips to your hometown and 1 All India trip. It's a pretty sweet deal to help new employees settle in and stay connected. You know, one of the best parts about LTC is that you get to share the journey. But who exactly counts as family under the rules? This is important, so let's look at the specifics.
So the definition is pretty clear. Of course, it includes you, the employee. It also includes your spouse and up to 2 dependent children. Then it gets to your parents or step-parents, but there's a really key condition here. They have to be wholly dependent on you, and, this is the important part, they have to actually live with you.
Okay, so you know what it is, where you can go, and who you can take with you. Now for the really practical part. How do you actually claim it? Let's walk through that process step by step.
It's honestly simpler than you might think. It's really just a 2-step process. First, you can apply for an advance to cover most of the ticket cost up front. Then, after you get back from your trip, you just submit your bills and travel documents to settle the final claim. That's it. And that advance is a big deal. You can get up to 90% of the estimated travel fare paid out to you before you even start your journey. This makes planning and booking so much easier, because you don't have a huge out-of-pocket expense right at the beginning. But you have got to remember this number. As soon as you're back from your trip, a clock starts ticking. You have exactly 30 days to submit your final claim with all the proof you need, like tickets and boarding passes. Do not miss this deadline. All right, now to make sure everything goes off without a hitch, there are a few key rules you have to remember. Let's go over the essentials that'll keep you on the right track and avoid any headaches. So here are 4 really crucial points. First, your travel has to be tied to approved leave. Simple enough. Second, if you're flying, it has to be economy class. Third, if you take that advance we talked about, you have to start the journey within 30 days or you'll have to repay it. And finally, this should go without saying, but any kind of fraudulent claim comes with some pretty serious penalties.
All right, you've soaked up a lot of information. How about a quick quiz to see what's stuck? Let's test your LTC knowledge. Don't worry, there's no pressure.
Okay, first question. Think back to that timeline we saw. What is the current 4-year LTC block as of 2025? Is it A, B, C, or D? And the correct answer is B, 2022 to 2025. That's the block we're in right now, running all the way through the end of 2025.
Question number 2 for you. When you're getting your trip ready, what's the absolute maximum advance you can claim on your estimated fare?
That's right, the answer is B, 90%. That's a key number to remember when you're planning the finances for your trip. And for our last question. Okay, you're back, you had a great trip. How long do you have to submit your final bill to get reimbursed?
And the final answer is B, 30 days. That's the critical deadline to make sure you get your reimbursement without any problems. Fantastic job, you nailed it.
As we wrap up, I just want to leave you with this thought from St. Augustine.
Travel really does open up our world, and the LTC is just this wonderful tool to help you do exactly that.
So, now that you're all geared up with the rules, the only real question left is, where is your LTC going to take you? Whether it's back home to see family or off to explore a new corner of India, your next journey is out there waiting. Thanks for joining this explainer.